Did Chelsea Clinton go on a drunken rampage that landed her behind bars? No, that's not true. The story was published by a liberal satire website that tries to educate gullible Trump supporters and Republicans about the need to actually click and read links before sharing or liking them in order to avoid being embarrassed by fans of the site later. All the events described in the article are not real. The story originated from an article published by America's Last Line of Defense on January 12, 2019 titled, "Breaking, Chelsea Clinton's Drunken Rampage Lands Her Behind Bars," which opened, quote, "Chelsea Clinton was carried by her security detail from the Limelight nightclub in New York City last night after passing out on the dance floor. Clinton was doing a 1995 version of the Macarena when she started spinning in circles. She reportedly looked at her bodyguard and said, 'Just you shut your mouth,' and passed out cold." According to the bartender, Three-Thumbed Willie, Chelsea was ordering Yeager bombs and buying bloogies like they were going out of style until she finally couldn't take it anymore. She just doesn't know when to quit, that one. Last week she was in here with her tongue down Liam Neeson's throat. A month ago she was on the bar for Dancing Queen. People were throwing lettuce at her. We still don't know where it came from." End quote. Users on social media only saw this title, description and thumbnail. Quote, "Breaking, Chelsea Clinton's drunken rampage lands her behind bars. Chelsea can't handle her bloogies." End quote. Bloogies are a fictional type of drug invented by the creators of the site. The article was posted under the category, "Satire Isn't Always Funny," and the header of the site has the phrase, "Information you probably shouldn't trust," in it. The site comes with a clear satire disclaimer at the bottom of each article. Quote, "Satire ~sati, renowned use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics and other topical issues. If you disagree with the definition of satire or have decided it is synonymous with comedy, you should really just move along." End quote. The owner and main writer of the site is self-professed liberal troll Christopher Blair, a man from Maine who has made it his full-time job to troll gullible conservatives and Trump supporters into liking and sharing his articles. He runs several other websites, including patriotpost.us, dailyworldupdate.us and nofakenewsonline.us. Sometimes he is also known under his nickname, Busta Troll. A second man working on the sites is John Prager, as revealed in this earlier story we wrote. Articles from Blair's sites frequently get copied by real fake news sites who often omit the satire disclaimer and any other hints the stories are fake. Blair has tried to get these sites shut down in the past, but new ones keep cropping up and he keeps knocking them down. Blair and his operation were profiled by The Washington Post on November 17, 2018 by Eli Saslow. Quote, "Nothing on this page is real. How lies become truth in online America." November 17. The only light in the house came from the glow of 3 computer monitors, and Christopher Blair, 46, sat down at a keyboard and started to type. His wife had left for work and his children were on their way to school, but waiting online was his other community, an unreality where nothing was exactly as it seemed. End quote. If you are interested in learning more about Blair and the history of his sites, here is something to get you started. Quote, "The ultimate Christopher Blair and America's Last Line of Defense reading list, lead stories story updated, check for updates below." Yesterday Eli Saslow at The Washington Post wrote a fantastic article about Christopher Blair, a man from Maine who has been trolling conservatives and Trump supporters online for years and occasionally even made a living out of it. End quote. If you see one of his stories on a site that does not contain a satire disclaimer, assume it is fake news. If you do see the satire disclaimer, it is of course also fake news. NewsGuard, a company that uses trained journalists to rank the reliability of websites, describes Weerthalod.com as, quote, "A site that publishes false stories and hoaxes that are often mistaken for real news, part of a network named America's Last Line of Defense run by hoax perpetrator Christopher Blair." End quote. According to NewsGuard, the site does not maintain basic standards of accuracy and accountability. Read their full assessment here. We wrote about Weerthalod.com before. Here are our most recent articles that mention the site. Fake news: Trump will not end the shutdown Monday morning and get the wall.